Hi guys, welcome to GenZ podcast. We are back again with another amazing and great episode. Now today, ladies and gents, we're spending a day in the life of a soft black girl living in Zambia. Miss Olivia Tutu.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to GenZ.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We are as well. I mean, with a soft black girl living in Zambia.
Please and thank you.
Olivia, firstly, let's start with you. Olivia, the snails in Ghana. Why? Olivia, why?
Oh my God. So, I don't even know where to start from here. But I guess I was trying something that the locals have.
Girl, how many did you have?
I think I only had 3. Like I ate, not like, like I ate 3 snails. They taste like calamari.
Girl, I was watching that video and I'm like, please don't put that in your mouth. Olivia, please. Ghana is too far.
No, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
No allergy reactions?
No allergy reactions. I actually liked it. I'll probably cook some when it's December. The
Oh God,
season.
no.
And I'm inviting you over, by the way.
No, I'm not coming, Olivia.
No, it was good. It was good.
Oh God, I'm scared to taste that soup from Nigeria. I don't know if it's igusu soup.
Egusi soup.
Because they have it in there.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I think
I should have
so.
ordered some.
Girl, no. Olivia, it's
uh-huh.
amazing to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
We're excited. Yes. So now let's get into Olivia. Who is Olivia? And before this Olivia that we know, the SDG girl, who is Olivia?
I think that's a hard question to answer because I think titles change as one evolves.
Yeah.
But I always consider myself as a Zambian girl who is passionate about development and meaningful youth engagement within Zambia and across the continent. So that is Olivia in a nutshell. But I also do wear a lot of other titles. I am the founder of Youth on Sustainable Development, which is a youth-led, youth-focused organization. I'm a content creator. I would say now travel content creator because I travel.
Who doesn't know that?
Yeah, so I have been creating content from a very long time. I'm an advocate for SDGs, but focusing on SDG number 4, which is quality education and lifelong learning, with a special focus on women and girls. Away from that, I am a student too. I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, and the list is endless.
Where did you grow up from?
I was born and raised on the Copper Belt, Kitwe to be specific. I stayed with my grandmother for a very long time before moving to Lusaka to stay with my mom.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, great. Olivia, I want to move from you now getting done with high school. Did you ever have that confusion of like, what should I really do? What should I study? What should be my focus?
I mean, I think if you come from a black home, from a Zambian home, there's always that confusion, especially when everybody in the family thinks, oh my God, you're so brainy.
Yes.
Because my mom wanted me to be a doctor. My uncles wanted me to be a lawyer because they're like, no, you argue so well. You should probably do law. And then I didn't know what I wanted to do. I think I did, but I hadn't seen it being represented. So I didn't know how I would coin it to say this is what I wanted to do because I hadn't seen anybody do what I'm doing now. So it kind of felt like I didn't know what I wanted to do. And the safest bet was for me to pursue a degree in economics. Initially, that's what I wanted. But then when I went to the university, I decided to switch it up a little bit. So I ended up doing business admin with a minor in economics because for me, it was always about how do I so initially with economics, it was really, I wanted to distribute wealth equally because when I read in the dictionary, it said economics is basically the equal distribution of wealth. And I'm like, why do we have poor people? So so the whole idea of really giving back to the community and working in the community started from a very young age, but I just didn't know how to coin it. So for me, I thought business administration and economics could really bridge the gap.
Okay, great. So before graduating, you studied youth on sustainable development.
Actually, I started youth on sustainable development after graduating. Before graduating, I used to do a podcast.
Oh yeah, podcast with Liv. I used to watch it.
With Liv, yeah.
Oh yeah, unscripted with Liv.
Yeah, unscripted with Liv.
I actually used to watch that. Why did you stop, girl?
Why did I stop? That's a very good question. One time, number two, it was really hard to find a team that would execute the vision that I had for the podcast. And also, I think the type of don't get me wrong. I think with a lot of people that are in the limelight that I would have wanted to have conversations with, a lot of them were coming filtered, you know, because Unscripted with Leave was basically, I want to know you as an individual. But because everybody's into this whole branding thing, people would come branded, suited up and all of that. And I'm like, I just want to sit and have a conversation with you. Like, it's not that deep.
Like on GenZ podcast. Like,
we're
talking.
Like, let's just have a conversation. But it was really hard to evoke those emotions, but also I think I was young, so there was always that fear and always wanting to be politically correct.
Yes.
And you know, when you're interviewing a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, you don't want to make the mistakes. So I think it's all of those things. But I will be getting back soon.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a little bit different, but yeah.
Please, girl, come back so that we can have 2 Gen Zs podcasting in Zambia.
Right.
Yeah, no, that would be really amazing. So now let's get into you wanting to do the youth on sustainable development.
Yeah.
What really inspired you?
I think it's representation. So initially I got done with university, then I started working as a social media manager.
You're lying.
So I used to work at EMAC as their social media manager, and I used to do content and all of that. And then I realized that I still wanted to be connected. So when I was in university, I used to volunteer a lot with Corporate Zambia, which was basically sexual reproductive health, adolescent health, pregnancy, and all of that. So when I transitioned then, I went into the corporate space, which was the private sector. I realized that I still wanted to give back to the community, but I didn't know how to. So then I decided to start a radio program with a friend of mine, Nora, who's currently my co-founder. And yeah, so it was basically, how do we give back to the community, either through conversation or actually getting into the ground and doing the actual work. So then we wanted an organization that could house us because we wanted the initiative to actually grow. But unfortunately, we didn't find any organization in Zambia that was heavily on the SDGs and wanted to accommodate us. So then we're like, okay, we might as well just start it. Yeah, so it was basically, if we're not being invited to the table, we're going to create our own table and engage in conversation, because at the end of the day, we still want youth voices to be represented. Oh. Yeah, so that's where it all started from.
Great. I like the fact that you left school with your degree and you didn't go back home to sit down.
Right.
And you said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to find something that I'm going to be doing. That's really, really great, because I feel like most of the times young people are complaining about unemployment. Yeah. When every single time you get your degree, you're just waiting for employment. You go and sit down and...
But also it gets back to how the education system in the country is. Because...
What's your take on the education system, by the way? I really want to find out, because even me, I do have some...
Yeah, a lot of things to say, yeah? I think with the way we're moving, we have a long way to go, because for me, when I was in university as a business administrative student, I was constantly told, you can work anyway, right? No one was telling me you can actually start your own thing.
Exactly.
So for me, leaving school, I was thinking of how many applications do I have to send? How many networks do I have? Who is where? How can I apply and intern and things like that? So I think even people that are actually studying business administration, entrepreneurship, to a greater extent, we are not given the opportunities or the opportunities that are there in the country to say, look, you can start your own thing. In most cases, we're constantly told about get into the corporate space, climb the corporate ladder, ABCD. That's the narrative that is always there, even in school. So when one gets to complete and then they go back home, initially they are thinking somebody has to employ me, because nobody told them you could actually start your own thing. And then there's the whole issue of capital and all of that. So I do understand a lot of young people that are at home, because the unemployment rates are actually real. I too, I am unemployed, by the way. So
makes the two of us.
I am an unemployed young person. So I do feel the frustrations, because also the systems are a little bit flawed, and also the capital flow is not as liquid for young people as it should be. So
Great. I want us to go back to the process of getting youth on sustainable development, on track.
Yeah.
Because we just see it from the point okay, we can see Olivia is in Ghana, Olivia is in New York, okay, Olivia is in Ethiopia.
Right.
But what was the process like? What did you really have to do? What are some of the challenges that you faced? Because I know starting an organization in Zambia, it's not easy.
Right. I would lie if I say I faced a lot of challenges. I kind of feel like this was purpose entirely, and that's something that I share in my book. I'm sure we're going to talk about that later. I think I would say I'm one of those people that has been fortunate enough to have it a little bit easy, because I think the starting part was where the challenge was. So we then said we're going to do radio. 1 month into radio, a person contacts me and says, yo, we've been seeing what you're doing and we want you to start. And I think once one door opens, automatically everything just starts flowing and aligning itself and all of that. But I would say setting it up wasn't the hard part. It was basically managing it and maintaining it. It's been 2 years down the line. And we're basically working with young people that are volunteering. And let me tell you, working with young volunteers is not the easiest. They will suck everything out of you, but then they will also show up and give their best. So I think that has been the challenge, basically maintaining and also just sourcing for funds, because sometimes it's like, why should we give you that much money when you guys are just young? So sometimes they will ask, first they will ask, I think one time somebody thought the founder was a male. So they were looking for a male. I'm like, unfortunately, it's me. You know, and then sometimes they will ask you things like, do you have anybody older? Because they are thinking, because everybody in the organization is below 27, right? So now they want somebody who's older, who's a bit more experienced with funds and all of that. And then they find it's young people. So sometimes it's a little bit like that. But I think the last 2 years have been shaping us, and we've built a track record that it has become a little bit easier now to source for fans, to source for partnerships, and for people to actually believe the things we're doing, because we have a track record of constantly showing up and proving the system otherwise. So yeah.
That's really, really great. Would you say you had people that really believed in your vision? Because, you know, sometimes you have an idea. But for people to buy into the idea, like, guys, let's go and shoot GenZ podcast, and the guys are here, you know, you really need to have people that are going to believe in the idea. Did you have such people?
Again, I've been so fortunate enough in life to have people, but I think also that comes from a place of vulnerability. I'm the type who's going to say stuff like, I want to do this. And then of course you're gonna have the naysayers like, you know, I think you shouldn't. But I always try and find the people that will say, look, we see what you're trying to do and we support you 110. How do we make it work? So I've been fortunate enough to have people, because even my co-founder, Nora, I just told her to say, look, I want us to start a radio program and we're going to talk about SDGs. And she was like, okay, when do we start? And I was like, okay, great.
Nice.
So we pitched the idea to the radio station. They're like, yeah, you come through. And then it was just like that. And it's been like that. It's like, oh, I want to register the organization. Somebody will come through and say, oh, this is what I did when I was registering. So here's a blueprint. And then you do it. And then it's like, oh, we're looking for funding. Oh, I did this. So it's just been people that are constantly supporting and constantly believing, sometimes to a point where they shake you up when you are a bit lazy to say, yo, you have to do this thing. And I think that's the same thing with my team at Youth on Sustainable Development. Like, we can be a bit crusty here and there, but they constantly remind me, because I am bad at checking my emails, texts. Like, I always have to be reminded, and they are constantly showing up to say, no, we have to do this graduation. We have to do this cohort. We have to do this program. And it's just people that see the bigger picture and want it to work, sometimes even more than I wanted to work myself. So yeah, I've been fortunate enough being surrounded by mentors, friends, family, and colleagues that see the vision and want to run with it.
What's one failure that you were so grateful for that it happened?
I got fired at EMAC.
For real?
Yeah, I was fired, and I'm glad I was fired. At first, I thought that was the end of my life because of the job market in Zambia and all of that. But along the way, it's so crazy how God works, because I think 2 weeks later, then I received a call from the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa in Ethiopia to say, we need somebody to come. And I was like, okay. What? You know, at first I thought it was a scam.
And that was like your first...
Yeah, that was my first international trip. Yeah,
I remember it. I was like, okay, girl, go.
Yeah, so then after that, things just started unfolding, and it's like opportunity after opportunity, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Because now I'm looking back and I'm thinking, would I have been able to manage being a full-time employee and also doing the things that I'm doing now? So in the beginning, it felt like, oh my God, this is the end of me. What am I going to do? Am I going to go back home? Or, you know, but then eventually as time progressed, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm so grateful. Definitely. Funny thing is, my boss, ex-boss, my former boss and I think 2 days ago, we sat and he was like, see, firing you wasn't a bad idea. Yeah, but it felt like, oh my God, this is the end. But I'm so grateful that I had to leave that place. Yeah.
Okay, great. What's one misconception that people have about Olivia?
So, people think I come from a rich family.
I swear to God, when I'm watching your live, sometimes people are just like, Olivia, I'm asking for a channel.
Yeah, so people think I come from a rich family. People think I have connections. I mean, I do have connections now, but when I was starting out from ground zero, like everybody else. I come from Matero. I always say this, raised by a single mom. My dad died when I was very young. So really? I know what it feels like sleeping Mwajachabe porridge. I've been there, you know. I know what it means being chased away from school because my mom couldn't afford tuition fees and all of that. So when somebody comes to me and says, oh my God, you have it so easy, it's like,
is it?
Do you know at Tenzo Nyamura my buckets kumatero kutapamanzi, you know?
Tenzo goes I'm ice block anyway.
Okay, no, I've never done that. But like,
oh hi.
Yeah. So just the thought of people thinking, oh, she's always had it easy, and she comes from a well-to-do family. That's crazy. Like my mom gave me the best she could, but I've also seen like worse days. So yeah.
You're the only child?
No, so I actually do have siblings, but I was my mom's only child for 16 years. And then now I have a younger brother and a younger sister because my mom has remarried.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Great. I want us to go to this.
Yay!
This book here. I'm so excited as if it's mine.
You better buy. Everyone here is buying a copy.
Oh, yeah, guys.
Olivia Tutu. Airtel, MTN, Zamtel. We have
everything.
Yeah.
First, I want to go. I love the colors, by the way. It is so cute.
That wasn't even intentional.
For real?
I initially wanted to go with a mature look.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go for a mature look. I wanted to be, you know, like browns and all of that. So I did the first photo shoot and I hated the pictures.
Yeah.
And then I went for my birthday photo shoot. And then I was like, you know what, I might as well try a few more portraits and see how they come out. And then we ended up
with this
having pink. Because initially I wanted it to be for everybody because pink is usually feminine and all of that. Yeah. But also as I have done the whole process of this book, I'm realizing to say this speaks
us.
Yeah.
This is something that you want to read with your coffee, you know, having a good time in your pajamas. This is it. Great. Let's go to the title, first of all. Yes. Yeah. And life chosen, not given.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should do it like this because I want you guys to see it.
I think it gets back to the whole idea of people thinking you come from a well-to-do family, you've always had it easy. Yeah. But in the book, I get to share my struggles, I get to share the things I've been through and to just get to where I am right now. And also just reminding the reader to say, it doesn't matter where you come from. So you can either decide to choose your own life or you go with the life that life has given you. Because sometimes you come from, maybe you fall pregnant when you're 18 or you lose a job. Are you going to wallow in pain and just, okay, this is the end of me? Or you're going to pick yourself up and say, look, this has happened, life happens. How do I choose the type of life I want for myself? And what do I need to do? So it's a more like how-to type of book, like a self-help, but also a memoir to say, this is where you are, great. But how do you move from where you are to where you want to be? Yeah.
Great. The tagline. What if the life you're waiting for is what you are expected to actually build?
Because sometimes we think things will just happen magically, but then you're supposed to build it brick by brick. And that's something that I also get to share in the book to say, look, this is how I did it with me. You also have to find tools and the necessary people around for you to also build your own type of life or the type of dream that you want for yourself. Yeah.
What's the most vulnerable story of your life you get to share in this book? Just give us a glimpse. Like, this is me, Olivia. I'm giving you guys this book and I'm allowing you guys into my life.
Chapter 1. So chapter 1 has everything that people have been asking. Where did you grow up? What did you study? Yes. Because I think the other day I saw someone posted on Facebook to say, what course did Olivia do? Nice, you know, which is a bit funny. So I get to share a lot of that. And also, I don't get to share my family a lot on social media, but in chapter 1, I also get to introduce a few characters from my family to say, okay, this is this person and all of that. And also chapter 6. Chapter 6, the hands that held me, again, speaks into a little bit more of what people don't get to see. Because I think we always see the glammed up part of Olivia, but chapter 6 also gets a little bit in depth, sharing the people that have held me and also what they held me through. And yeah.
Okay. Your happiest moment in this book?
Oh, my happiest moment was giving my speech at the United Nations in New York.
Oh, for real?
So that actually happened last year, December. And I had to tell my publisher to say, unfortunately, we're supposed to rewrite this chapter and add this moment. Because for me, it was like, wow, representing Africa is crazy.
Yes. Girl, it's so surreal. She's still in the moment.
Yeah, because I mean, the United Nations is literally the whole world is in that space. And you get to have a voice as a girl from Matero, as a Zambian girl who is still trying to figure out life, but has found her voice still. So that for me is one of those happy moments.
Great.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I also love about you is that you're actually among the few young people that are making education, I don't know, like, what's the right word? Yes, like sexy is the right word. Like, you're really making it, people feel like, I can glow as a corporate babe. I can go back to school and be a content creator. I can, like, what really keeps motivating you to, like, either way, guys, I'm traveling to New York, and you know what? School took me there.
School took me there. It comes from the whole idea of, so I'm a proud feminist, by the way.
For real?
I may not show it as much, but I absolutely love feminism. I love women's rights. I love women's education. And if we're going to bridge the gap between men's rights and women's rights, I think women should be educated and economically empowered. You can't depend on another individual and think you can have a say on your life. It doesn't work like that. I'm going to give a practical example. Even African countries that are getting a lot of donor funding from the Western world, sometimes we don't even get to determine what policies we put in place because money is coming from elsewhere. And that's exactly what happens even in your personal life. So if you're going to want to be a rich man's wife who's going to fly you to Dubai and whatever, best believe he will control you in one way or the other. I mean, well and good if you find somebody who's a bit more nice or kind towards you, but I think I just want girls to move away from the idea of you can only experience certain things in life if a man is the one financing it. So why don't we finance it our own? Well and good if you find somebody who's rich, but if you have your own money, it then becomes easy. Sometimes why women stay in abusive relationships and abusive homes is because they don't have the economic muscle to actually leave when it becomes toxic. So I just want more women voices. I want more young girls to know that education really is the way to go. Yeah, I mean, I'm not rich yet, and I don't get to go to Dubai for, but I'm okay. And I get to decide what I want to do, how I want to do it, with who. And I think that's also another part that I get to share in the book, to say, I don't like it that sometimes women are defined by, is she married? Does she have kids? Like, there's more to you as a woman. And that's something I've been telling my mom, because my mom be like, the clock is ticking, and I'm like, I don't know what clock is ticking as far as I'm concerned.
I'm doing my life
well. Yeah. So I think it's possible for women to take up different positions. It's possible for them to travel the world. It's possible for them to have everything they want. That doesn't necessarily mean that, okay, when you're fending for yourself, then you can't aspire to be in a relationship or find a partner and all of that. Because there are good men out there, right? But just so you are safe and secure as an individual, I don't think God created us as women just so we could bear children and we could be submissive to the male folks, right? There's more to us as women, and I want women to be able to explore. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, well and good. But if you also want to be a corporate baddie, if you want to be a civil engineer, if you want to be Zambia's first, if you want to be Zambia's first female president, you can go for it. But just know that you have to put a few things in place, and education is a huge component, because you don't want to be the girl who is in certain rooms and she doesn't know what's going on.
Great.
Yeah.
Olivia, I like what you've said, because right now, We have like the information overload on TikTok. People are getting life advice from TikTok. So someone will be telling you, why are you dating a guy who can't even buy you Hungry Lion or whatever? But for me, the first question is, can you get yourself that?
Right.
Yeah, like it shouldn't be on someone else's kid. Of course, it's important to be taken care of. I'm not denying I want to be taken care of, but I also want to be able to take care of myself. This notion, many young people like money,
Yeah.
and nobody is talking about you as a young person can make money. It's on your own.
Yeah.
But you can get money from the other gender. For me, that's the problem that I have. Like, you can get money from the other, but who's going to tell us about making our own money?
Our own money. And I think that's where the problem comes in, because we then undo a lot of work that other women before us have done. Like, life is not about money, guys. And I think when you date outside, when you date outside Zambia or just Africa in general, then you realize to say this whole notion of he should is really
as a man.
here, because you find that you go out on a date and then you have to split the bill, and people are okay with it, because at the end of the day, you should be your own individual before, you start wanting to have the other person do extra. But also it's being honest with yourself in terms of what do you want, what do you need, and how do you want to get it. But I feel like money is not really the most important. I mean, it is important, but like there's other things. There's other things. That's what I think.
Olivia, now I'm interested to know, who's your type? Like, what type of a man would Olivia date?
Let's drink some water.
Water to that. Let's get into it. Olivia's type.
What's my type?
There was a time I was following you. I mean, I've been following you for a very long time. But when you do like the dating rap, I'm just like, you and I, girl, same. Close chapter, same.
Next. What's my type of man? I haven't thought about that in a long time. I don't want to say much on this seat. You can go back home and say, oh my God, did I just say that? My type of man is, I don't know, hey? I don't know. I have one person that's coming to mind. I don't know how to. My type of man. I don't know how to describe him.
No, you can just describe him.
Okay, so I think first of all, he has to be very kind and very considerate, because contrary to popular belief, I am very, very soft, and I'm like a crybaby. Like, I would literally cry if I can't find my stockings. So I really want that man, that type of man. Yeah. So kind, considerate, and somebody who will see me away from what society sees as Olivia. But he has to be very, very extremely smart. Like, oh my God, I'm very sapiosexual. So you have to be extremely smart. And my definition of smart in my world is understanding current affairs, understanding how the development world looks like, understanding foreign policy, because
well, how are we going to have a conversation?
Yeah, because sometimes I get mad at the fact that look at what Trump is doing, and then you're just like,
what has Trump
I went on a date with someone, and then so that was the time that the United Nations had said that they were moving some of their headquarters to Nairobi, Kenya.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, this is really great. I wonder what Ruto said for them to actually convince the United Nations to say Kenya is the right place for that.
Yeah.
And then this person goes like, who's Ruto? And then I was like, okay, like, what do you, like, we all know Ruto, guys. Yeah. So after that, I was just like, I'm never going on a date again.
That was a deal.
Yeah, that was a deal breaker, because you can't be an adult man and you don't know who Ruto is. I don't know. So yeah, I think someone who's very smart, and smart for me is basically things that I do.
Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily be in the same space as I am, but just understanding current affairs, know what's going on, Yeah. So yeah, smart, kind, considerate. Must be a Christian. Yeah, must love the Lord. And also you need to have money, because
Money, money,
You know?
money, money,
Yeah.
money.
I just feel like I don't want you to be like Dangote, rich. If you are, praise Jesus. But like, just have enough to take care of me, because no wonder I said he has to be a Christian, because for me, Christianity is a huge part of my life and my faith, and I have seen how that looks like in my family, in my home. So I need to have a man who understands that he's a provider, he's a protector. Not that I will depend on you for everything, but as and when I need that protection and that provision, I need to know that I can count on my man.
My man, my man.
Yeah. So I think for me, that's pretty much it. Kind, considerate, Christian, smart, and just having a decent amount of money.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So Olivia, you're single. You know, I mean, people need to know. Maybe there's a guy who's been trying to shoot his shots, and then it's just like, ish, I don't know, Olivia. Yeah, but she said you have to have money.
Yeah.
So you're not single. So you're single.
Oh my God. Yes. I am single, but I'm not searching. I don't want to be found yet.
Why?
Because I have a lot on my plate, and I don't think right now I can commit to like being in a relationship. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, and whenever I'm not in the country, I only want to talk to 2 people, my mom and my best friend.
That's all.
I can't add another person. So
Guys,
I think that's going to be unfair to the man.
being single on purpose.
Yeah.
Life chosen, not given.
Life chosen, not given.
So I'm going to play just a short game with you.
Okay.
Hot minute with Liv. So, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Zambia or Ghana? they are watching you, Olivia. They are watching you.
Both.
One.
Zambia or Ghana? Oh. I almost said Ghana. Zambia. Oh my God.
One word that describes you.
Authentic.
Okay. Morning person or night person?
Morning person.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Not knowing what's happening in the current.
One thing you can't live without?
My phone.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
What we're doing life for the first time.
What's one thing people always get wrong about you?
They think I'm tall.
Oh, yeah?
Especially those that haven't met me in person.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Snails or Vinkobala? Pick one. They're watching you again. They are watching you.
Snails. Snails. They're actually really good. They're really good. No, they're really good.
Those things are slimy, Olivia.
No, they're never slimy when you put lime to it. Like, it's really... I'm going to cook them and I'm going to invite you.
Oh, God.
It's really good.
I don't know if I'm doing that.
You won't even know it's snails. I won't tell you. I'll tell you after you've eaten.
After I've eaten? God, no.
Yeah.
Olivia, what's the future plan for SDG?
So we have 4 years to go before 2030, and that is a big milestone for the organization, for the United Nations, and everybody who's interested in the well-being of humanity. So the way forward for youth on sustainable development is to continue amplifying youth voices in development spaces, but also we want to see a bit more of some policy reforms in terms of how young people are engaged. I think to a greater extent, usually it's like young people are given youth roles. Hey, this is a youth ambassador. Hey, this is a shani. I want to see young people, the way we have 15 seats in parliament for young people. I want to see a young person, Olivia, for example, being sent to maybe France as the ambassador of Zambia.
Yeah.
You know, it's high time youth voices are not just designated to youth roles, youth positions, but we actually want actual youth being represented. For example, cabinet office, ministerial positions and diplomatic spaces and all of that. So I hope we can push for that as young people, but also are we competent enough? So we also have to build capacity, and that's what Youth and Sustainable Development is constantly doing. We have a training program, the Youth Advocates Training, where we try to engage young people in terms of advocacy, human rights, volunteerism, as well as diplomacy, so that when we say hey, we need you to send Mary to maybe Canada as Zambia's ambassador to Canada. Mary is well equipped for that position. But also one of the things that I always say is most of these older people that get into these spaces, they're also doing it for the first time.
Yeah.
So why are we trusting an older person and we are questioning the competence of the young person when they are both doing it for the first time?
Yeah.
So we just need to push for that credibility, which means we have to equip ourselves as young people. So that's what the future of the SDGs as well as Youth on Sustainable Development looks like.
I hate the transition that happens in my head sometimes. But Olivia, who's your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush. My celebrity crush is Tunde Onakoya from Nigeria.
For real? Girl, you're lying.
Yeah, he counts as a celebrity for me. I don't know about you guys, but he
does. He does.
I hope he doesn't see this. Oh my god. But
I'll make sure I share it on Instagram and tag him. So please.
Yeah.
Olivia, the guests that we had previously, they left a word.
Okay.
So you also have to leave a word for the next guest. We've had different words. We've had a word like Ichibaka Yoko. Do you know what that means?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
You still don't know?
Yeah, we still don't know.
Okay.
76 has never told us, but
Ichibaka Yoko.
Yeah.
Do we have a Bemba dictionary?
I don't know. I doubt.
Maybe it could be found there.
Yeah, maybe we should check.
Yeah.
But the guests that we had previously, they left a word, Mansoksogol.
Oh, I know that.
What does it mean?
I almost did a direct translation. Mansoksogolo.
Yes.
Mansoksogolo means... Okay, let me do a direct translation.
Yes.
Mansoksogolo means like focus, like,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah,
I think, like focus is the most closest word, but in literal translation, it would mean like focus on the future.
Yeah.
Like Mansoksogolo, like don't focus on what's in the past, sideways and all of that. Like just focus. Yeah, on the future.
Okay, great. What word are you leaving for the guests that are going to be coming here?
It has to be Nyanja.
Any. But it has to be like
a local language.
Local language. A hard one, please.
Yeah. I don't think you should have told me I needed to come with a word. A hard one. No, my Bemba and Nyanja aren't good, so I wouldn't.
Or maybe
find
a word you learned in Ghana. I'm sure they'll research.
Medase. Yeah.
Okay.
Medase
is the word for our next guest. Olivia, thank you so much for coming through. When are we purchasing these?
Next month.
Okay.
Yes. Just after the elections.
Okay, guys. So you better grab one of these.
You better.
I want one myself.
And your crew. Everybody's getting a copy.
Wow,
for them and their girlfriends and their sisters.
And their sisters and their cousins.
Yeah.
Guys, you've heard, yeah? Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Olivia.
Thank you
we
for
appreciate.
having me.
Yeah, guys. Thank you so much for watching GenZ Podcast. We'll see you in our next episode. Bye.